All right. Try that again. All right.
You should do high five.
Yeah. Something bad will happen if there's a high five. I'm really not that coordinated for a high five.
You're listening to the Alter Ego Lounge podcast, building a community over coffee and comics.
All right. Everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Alter Ego Lounge podcast. We are, we should introduce myself. My name is Daniel.
I'm Diana.
And we have our special guest today.
Dean Rullan.
Gladys, Rullan.
And they're from Red Inked Panda. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But we are on location at Lucky's Coffee Roasters in downtown Upland. And so if you hear people ordering coffee, that's the wonderful coffee espresso machine going on in the background.
They just opened in June.
Yes. The place is amazing. If you have a chance, if you're in the area, please come by and check out Lucky's Coffee Roasters in downtown Upland. But Dean, man, we're so excited to have you here today. You are one of our followers, or you're actually one
We're
of the
one
first.
of your followers.
We've been following you for since January.
January, we met you at
I did not know that.
the Art Walk.
Oh,
In
okay.
Upland.
Yeah, we ran into you at the Art Walk, and we loved your work, and we just immediately started following you. And
Awesome.
I think we brought this up initially when we first saw you. Like, dude, we have to get you on a podcast, and we'll start
Yeah.
talking about your work. So,
Actually, you were the first artist we even introduced ourselves
Yeah.
to,
Oh,
at the
really?
Art
yeah,
Walk,
this
because
was
we just saw
this
you
was a long time
drawing.
in the making, man. This was a dream come true for us to get you in here to start talking about your artwork. So,
Weird.
Okay, before we get started,
super excited.
what did everyone order? We all ordered something different, right?
yes.
What did you get, Daniel?
You know what? I just went for my traditional cold brew coffee. It was really kind of hot, so the nice cold brew coffee, a little bit of caramel syrup, a little bit of whole milk, and that's it. That's all I have. It's
Cool.
delicious. What are you
I
drinking?
wanted to try their lavender butterfly tea. So it's a latte, lavender latte. Butterfly tea latte is what it's called.
It looks
but
amazing.
It's blue. It looks like blue milk from Galaxy's
yeah,
Edge.
It does. It does. Yes.
So it's really good.
Dean, what do you got over there, man?
I got some sort of coffee mule. I just thought a ginger beer, something else.
It's espresso mule.
Is it espresso?
Espresso
yeah,
there you
meals,
go.
yes.
There you
something
go.
like that. Yeah, I just thought a ginger beer, so something else.
Have you ever had anything like that before?
No.
Ginger beer, shot of espresso, right? That's pretty much.
This is very new to me, and it's good.
Yeah,
Like
I've
it,
seen
yeah.
the espresso tonics that they make, so I guess it's along those lines.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna order that next, but with the carbonation and the ginger, a little spiciness with the
yeah.
coffee, so it's an interesting combo. What do you have going on over here?
I got the butterfly tea lemonade, and
Okay.
that one, they give it to you separately. So I had the tea first, the lemonade on the side. He said, try the tea on its own, and then I mixed it, and it turned purple.
Yeah.
So it came out blue.
It
for-
came out blue, and then
We're
turned
definitely going to
purple.
order that again before we go so we can get kind of like an idea of what it looked like, because we missed and dropped the ball and didn't get a video clip
Yeah,
of
so I think we're all kind of sad about that. The moment I poured it,
But
it
show
started
the-
changing colors, and we were like, wait.
Show the cameras, or lift it up. Or,
Yeah. I don't know which one.
Yeah, we
you
were,
can
we were
see
all
the light
excited
changes.
and then really sad at the same time that we didn't get it on video.
Well,
but
the thing is, artistically, like it's blue and yellow. It's supposed to go green, right?
Right.
Right, yeah, exactly.
So I was like,
that's
But
that's definitely
actually,
down the rabbit hole.
sorcery right there.
we kind of experience that when we make our lemonades, because the lavender turns like a funky.
Yeah, especially with our lavender, it kind of gives it a different tint. But
Like,
that
turned, like,
looks
gray.
amazing. How was it? Is it good?
Yeah, it is really good.
Awesome. Okay, so let's get into it, man. We were attracted by your artwork, so let's talk about that. Let's go back to the roots. What got you into drawing? Like, what was your first, motion for a color pencil and a piece of paper?
It was actually a contest between me and my brother. My dad brought home a small box of comic books, and it was a bunch of Marvel comics. One of the first comic books I got was a Wolverine. I believe it was he was going up against Man-Wolf or something like that.
Okay.
With Captain America, that was one of my favorites. And my grandma issued a contest between me and my brother, and to do a drawing of Wolverine or whoever our favorite character was. So we did it. I ended up winning, and I got $1.
Wait, so your mom was the judge?
My grandma, actually.
Oh, okay.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
And you got $1 out of
So you
out
got
of-
paid That's the first time you got paid for your
Yeah.
artwork?
That's the first time. Yeah.
That is super awesome. Do you happen to have that drawing still, or do you know?
No, actually, like artistry wasn't really pushed in my family, even though my grandma used to do art a lot, but it wasn't really pushed. I was more drawn into because of comic books.
Okay.
So,
You, what type of art did your grandma do? Like, what was she?
I forgot what they're called. Like realism, like just she would do it like in pencil and.
Okay.
Yeah, so, but she
Wow.
was also a dean in college in the Philippines. So
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah, that's how I got my name, I guess. I'm not really sure.
Really?
That's awesome.
I don't know, but
She's
yeah.
like, I go to work all the time.
Yeah,
You're here
might
all
as
the
well,
time.
yeah.
Dean. That's how it's gonna happen. That's awesome.
Your grandma named you, and that's why she picked your drawing, because you're her favorite.
Yeah.
So, besides you, your grandma, your brother was artistic a little bit, or
No, he ended up being more like the sporty side.
okay,
So he was a jock.
okay. Is there anybody else in your family that's artistic at all? Were you?
You're on.
Oh yeah, my aunt. She does painting, watercolors, and my little sister a little bit. And she tried doing.
Sculptures. She's on sculpting. and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
sculpting and like tried doing graffiti work, but not on walls, more like on paper kind of thing.
Awesome. How did your drawing style develop, or how did it affect you? Well, I guess the two questions. How did your drawing style develop as a kid from growing up, and how did it affect you as a lifestyle? Like, did all your friends know that you were drawing all the time? Did you get people to have you draw like birthday cards or something? Like, how did that affect you growing up?
Yeah, actually, my surroundings just kept pushing me to draw, I guess. In high school, people would want me to draw for their projects. Some of them actually paid me. And then we actually did a mural around my high school, I guess, for extracurricular.
Well, they
What
wanted
was it?
something to represent the student body,
Yeah.
where if you're driving by, you would see it. So he actually did it on the outside of the front of the school.
And you did it yourself.
No, I actually got a few students to be part of it.
Awesome.
So she was actually one of them. So
You guys met in high school?
We've known each other since junior high.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
amazing. That is awesome. That's super cool.
That's a really long time. Just kidding.
So when
Just kidding.
so when did that change come where it was no longer a hobby, that you wanted to pursue this as something you could actually make a career or possibly make some money out of it? When did that change?
Honestly, like it feels like it never did, because I was always offered something to do a drawing, but the style of drawing they want is always different, so I would always have to adapt. And so I guess I never really have I guess I have my own style, but it's always changing because depending on what's asked of me to do.
Right.
So.
Did you take any art classes in high school?
Yes, actually, a lot. I tried to do all my classes just art.
And
At least I tried.
And you were the best. You were the best in school.
I can't really say I'm the best.
Yeah, you
only
can.
because
You can say.
Well,
Were
only
you
because,
nominated the best artist in high school?
Yeah, actually.
So
But it wasn't my choice.
Yeah, you were
But-
voted by the
but
student
yeah,
body.
I guess.
wait, you're supposed to be Picasso though, right? Is that what it was?
Yeah, they voted me as future Picasso or something like that. Was it?
Something like that.
And
That's awesome.
And so it wouldn't be sexist. There was actually a
Boy and a girl.
a girl. I'm not sure what they called her.
It was the same thing. It was the same
Still
topic,
Picasso?
but you were the boy version and she was the girl version of the
Okay.
same topic.
Yeah. And,
Yeah, I think they do that in every school.
oh, okay. Yeah, but I don't remember who it was, and I feel terrible. I feel terrible, and if she listens to this, I am very sorry.
Did you guys take a picture for the yearbook together?
Together? No.
Yeah.
Did
You
we?
and the
There was
girl?
a picture of both of you guys.
Hold on.
Yeah, we're gonna have to find that and
Yeah.
send that over to
I
me.
know,
We'll
right?
flash it up.
That girl is probably
Yeah.
like, I can't believe this guy got it with me.
Yeah.
Doesn't remember any of this.
No, I don't. I have terrible memory unless it's food.
All right, let's. The next one of the next questions I would definitely want to get into. I want to talk about the Stan Lee tribute gallery
Yes.
that you put on. We were one of the sponsors. It was a great turnout, great event. But
And you started talking about that like the day that we met you in
Yeah,
January.
yeah.
You were telling us.
yeah, that was
like-
something you were working on for quite a while now.
Yeah, it was more of a passion project only because when Stanley died, there was a tribute or like a memorial I wanted to go to.
Right.
I wasn't able to, so for selfish reasons, I screw it, I'll make my own. Like,
Okay.
So that's why I did the whole gallery thing.
Awesome.
Started out as because I can't, able to go, I'll make my own kind of situation.
And you've never hosted anything like that before, or
Actually, yeah, I did. I've done smaller galleries, and then one of the bigger ones I've done was, well, yeah, I mean, I think we did like 4 galleries, and then we switched it up with tribute to Chris Sanders, which was one of our biggest ones because it's in a bigger venue with, I forgot what art college it was.
Art Institute?
Art Institute, yeah.
Okay.
It was one of their, one of their institutes.
okay, awesome.
And the Stanley Gallery that you put on in June, the money went to.
Actually, no. For the artists, like usually in these shows, the gallery would take like 40 to 50% of whatever the artist would sell. This one I did 100%. Like if they sold their gallery pieces, 100% of it goes to them. But we, for the prints, we took 20%. That way, we won't just leave with nothing, basically. And also, we did a raffle, which you guys won a bunch of prizes.
We'll have to explain that.
Yeah, okay. That portion went to
Hero Initiative.
The Hero Initiative.
Awesome.
So that was donated to them.
Can you explain what the Hero Initiative is?
Well, it's an organization that helps comic book artists or creators, who are struggling financially or aren't well enough to take care of themselves. So that's when they come in and
They're all starving artists.
Yeah.
That-
Where can I find out more information about?
We actually have a website, which I can't think of it at the moment.
Okay.
So-
We'll be able to just send me the information. I'll be able to flash it up so we can get everyone to be able to
Yeah.
look at it. Definitely. Let's talk about the process of setting up something like the Stanley Gallery. How was it finding a location? Why downtown Upland? And how was it finding the artists, the vendors, and the special guests, Stephen Gordon?
Yeah.
How was that?
Well, with the process, starting with the location, we've been doing a lot of shows out in Anaheim. So we wanted to do something more closer to our home, as well as bring that kind of vibe back in our area, in our neck of the woods kind of thing, because we don't really have anything like that around here.
Right.
Now there's more pop-ups and free comic book day, but that's about it. So we wanted to find a location that's would be able to have all the artists and just have that event perfectly. So we looked around downtown Upland. We just figured that it would be the best spot.
Well,
Okay.
the way we figured it too is it's a place where even if they were done looking at stuff, they could either go eat or they could do something else
Good.
Yeah.
while they're still in the area.
Awesome.
Because if we found a warehouse or something like that, then it would just be off, wherever that was, and then that's the only place where you can go and do stuff. And that would mean we'd probably have to hire a food vendor and different things like that just
Yeah.
to
Right.
maybe keep people a little bit longer. But this way, they could just easily go somewhere and grab something, come right back, or
Awesome.
Yeah.
just have a good time
And
by
also,
being there.
we know some people have trouble with getting there, so it's right by the train station. So it would have been a good transportation for them to be
Awesome.
able to attend if they can't afford to, get a lift or something.
Okay. And what about getting artists and other vendors to participate? Was that an issue, or did you find a lot of people willing to do it?
At first, it was only because it's a couple weeks before San Diego Comic-Con.
Right.
And all the artists we know, they always, take a couple weeks to prepare and whatnot. So it's hard for them to jump into a big gallery like, a tribute to Stan Lee. So it was a little hard, but then as we got closer to the event, people are starting to get better feeling with the time frame, so they're able to like jump in. And it also helps that we network a lot, so we know a lot of artists that would like that would just jump in, but we still need extra people to
Right.
be able to, be part of it.
How did you get a hold of Stephen Gordon?
Here we go.
Yeah, for those
Yeah.
for those who don't know, Stephen Gordon, he did a whole bunch of work. I know him from one of the character creators from the X-Men Evolution TV
Yeah,
show,
one of my
which
favorites.
yes, definitely
Yeah.
hands down. So how in the heck did you get Stephen Gordon to show up?
Sometimes it's just as easy as asking, to be
Okay,
honest.
okay.
Like he was actually one of the first major artists I asked, and then I just went down a list of people that I wanted to get in there, but they were, again, like with San Diego Comic-Con,
right.
it's a little hard for them to be able to be part of something like that. We just got lucky with Stephen Gordon, to be honest, and we're so thankful that he was able to come. And it wasn't actually the first time we communicated before. He when we did the Chris Sanders tribute, he actually contacted me and asked me like, hey, you guys are doing a tribute to Chris Sanders. Is everything okay? Because usually these things are like
Right,
Something
right.
bad,
Yeah.
But like, and I told him like, we're huge fans of his body of work, so we figured that why not pay a tribute to it. And I guess they're good friends or know each
Okay.
other for him to actually have some sort of worry and ask me that. So.
They're pretty close
Awesome.
up to each other at the San Diego Comic-Con, so I'm sure they've
Yeah.
talked.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, you actually had a spot at the Comic-Con this year, right? San Diego, you were out there.
Yes. Me and two other artists, Pepe Milan and Kathleen
Kathleen
Ablos.
Was this your first time having a spot at Comic-Con, or have you done a booth there before?
This is the first
this
time.
is
It
the
was like a
first
mini kind of blessing in a way. Our
Okay.
friend whose booth it was, which was Cool Cat Blue, he couldn't do it this year, and he didn't want to lose his spot. So
Well, yeah,
he
that's a huge-
basically was like, "Can you guys take over for this year, and
Yeah.
then I'll pick it back up for next year."
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Which is, I mean, yeah. So it was kind of cool. So we just had to make sure that everything was under him in a way. So we made a pretty cool banner that said, "Friends of Cool Cat Blue," and then it had all of us on there. And he
Awesome.
brought some of his art books to be there because his art had to be there too.
Okay.
Yeah, there's certain rules for San Diego Comic-Con for you to be able to be in that booth in a last minute kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it was very last minute.
Yeah. But that's awesome. Great experience
Yeah.
for you guys.
Yeah, it
Would
was-
you do it again?
Honestly, not immediately.
Okay. Okay. What?
Because it was insane.
It's
I
a
get-
lot of days. It's a lot
Well,
of
not
work.
only
It is a lot of
that, but we have dogs, and our
Oh
mother-in-law.
yeah, this year just.
Yeah, it was just a bad timing. Our mother-in-law couldn't watch our fur babies, I guess. So we had to travel back and forth from San Diego Comic-Con
Oh my gosh.
every night.
No way.
Yeah.
All the way to
so-
back here?
Yeah.
Guys, we live like super close to you. You can watch your puppies.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
nice
one
of
of
them.
them-
I mean, our oldest niece, who's nearby, she was more than happy to help us out, and she went and took them out and let them go potty and things like that. But it's just they're pretty spoiled to having someone there with them all the time, and then suddenly like to nobody really
Oh,
being around.
Yeah.
So it just made it really. I'm sure they were highly stressed out throughout the whole thing.
Right.
And then our other dog actually wasn't feeling well, and I was lucky enough to be able to tell my mom like take him with you.
Yeah. And
So she took him with her while she left, so we didn't have to worry about him. Plus, he's our meanest dog anyway.
Yeah.
So
that dog's a
I would
demon.
have had to worry about him biting my niece, which she's aware of, but still,
Yeah.
I didn't want that to happen.
So yeah, it was just the timing of that, but at the same time, I think it's still a blessing over at like San Diego Comic-Con being there and having all those people, like just it was fun.
Just to be
Awesome.
there, mingle, experience it.
Oh yeah, it was highly stressful. That's why if I do it again, I would need to have my own booth. To
Okay.
be honest.
Okay.
Only because like having the 3 artists in there, like it almost felt like we had to. Well, actually, no, we didn't. We didn't really compete. Like I thought it was gonna be like that. It wasn't like that at all. But there was about 6 of us in at 10 by 10.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Wow.
Jeez.
Yeah, but in 3 artists, like our bodies of work, like we have a lot of stuff.
Yeah. No, yeah.
You know, our merch and like.
At least they're two of the artists. Yeah, between us and one of the other artists, we have a lot
Yeah.
of stuff that we bring with us everywhere.
So, you guys, so we're at Lucky's, and you created a shirt for Lucky's, right?
No, it's called a Chidori shirt. It was an homage to the manga and anime Naruto, and it's based on the character Sasuke, who has that lightning hand knife thingy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So I did a few sketches for them. One of them was Akira, like a bunch of like just manga, anime influence to pay homage to the mascot, which is a rabbit. And Tyler, the owner of the shop, chose the Sasuke one. So
Cool.
That's awesome.
yeah.
And what other work have you done, like within like comic books or?
Yeah, actually, I recently did a couple variant covers for Lola XOXO for Aspen and Fathom.
Awesome.
So,
What is Red Inked Panda?
it originally was a character I developed in early high school, but never really done much with it. It's basically a panda who is like shunned because of the red fur part of his body. So he was like, he was an outcast basically, and one way for him to be able to mingle with others, he cosplays. He dresses up as other characters and whatnot. And I wanted to do a storybook, going around that character basically.
Do you feel like you identify with your character you created?
A little bit. Yeah, as I am wearing red glasses. Yeah. But the thing is, like, my favorite color, like, it wasn't really red, but I always seem to pick that color all the time. So I guess it's my favorite color now, I guess.
What was your favorite color before?
Oddly enough, it was blue.
Okay.
So, and all my favorite comic book characters were blue, which was Nightcrawler, Archangel,
Beast.
and Beast. Yeah,
That's
all those
awesome.
those were my favorite characters.
Okay.
So,
Awesome. What are you currently working on, or where can we find you next?
we're actually in talks of working with. I don't know if I could even talk about it, like the cover, because
that's
it
true. I
hasn't
would-
really been finalized yet.
Okay.
You're working on another cover.
Yeah, working on another cover. Yeah, and I was actually approached by Boom Comics as well, but I haven't heard from them yet.
Awesome.
So there's those covers hopefully in the works, and at the moment we are also just just hanging out.
You don't have any
doing
shows
artwork.
lined up?
66 Night Market will be our next event.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Event-wise, yeah, 66 Night Market.
Next
and
weekend.
Next weekend.
Awesome.
So
And
626 Night Market, that's where?
In Arcadia at the Santa Anita racetrack,
And what are the hours for that?
4 to 12.
Okay.
So it's
4 to
Friday,
midnight.
Saturday, and Sunday.
It's huge. A lot of vendors are there,
Yeah.
a lot of awesome food. There's a lot of artists there too, I'm guessing,
Oh, yeah.
displaying their
Yeah.
work. So yeah, it's definitely something to check out if you're in the area.
Yeah.
And your Instagram, or do you have a website?
no, not yet, not officially.
Okay, but we can find you on Instagram at Red Inked Panda.
Yeah, and the other event is actually Critterosity's Isle of I Love Magic Marketplace.
Okay.
And it's going to be in about 2 weeks from
Awesome.
now. So there's that too.
Very cool. So this is going to be the last question, kind of for both of you. I guess you both could answer separately. If you had to choose a comic book character to have a cup of coffee with in the morning, who would you pick?
Would it have to be in the morning?
Or, I mean, a cup of coffee with in general. It doesn't have to be in the morning.
Why did you want to go out for drinks?
Well, no. Well, seeing that my drink actually has, I don't know if it's real ginger beer, but no. There's that. For me, I guess it would be Beast.
Okay.
Hank McCoy. Like, he's very, I don't know, smart, I guess.
Yeah.
Intelligent.
Intelligent, to be able to, like, hold up a conversation with you.
Are you
like-
very intelligent? Would you
Nope.
be able to? It wouldn't go over your head. I feel like it would go over my head with the conversation.
Well, it depends on what he's talking about. So, I just think, like, I don't know, that guy's furry. That guy's awesome. I like him.
Yeah, I feel like going with a cup of coffee with him is very sophisticated.
Definitely educational.
And what about Gladys? What would you?
I would go with one of my all-time favorite characters would be Storm.
Okay,
Oh,
cool.
awesome. Both from the X-Men family. Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Didn't really think much about it, but yeah.
And then one last question. Same idea, but what about influencers? If you had to sit down with a cup of coffee, whether it be an artist or someone that just inspired you to do what you're doing now.
Stan Lee.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely, because reading his books, like, definitely influenced me, and of course, like, everyone, like, relates to his stories and whatnot. I grew up, like, reading his stuff and seeing his shows, and, like, pretty much everything in part of my life, it was, it's with him, I guess.
Awesome. What about you?
No, I don't know. I have no problem sitting here with you guys. I'm happy to be here.
She's
That's
like,
a great
she's
answer.
like, with Dean, I would pick Dean.
That's a great answer. Great answer. All right. You guys, thank you so much for coming out,
Thanks for
spending
having
the
us.
time indoors and the AC and enjoying a cup of coffee with us. We definitely hope to do this again. And anything else anyone would like to add before we wrap it up? We're good? Everyone's good?
Yeah.
All right.
This
thank
is
you so
Dean
much.
and Gladys Rullan,
Yep.
right?
Right? Right? Did we say that right?
Red
Yeah,
Ink.
rolling out.
Rullan out.
From the Alter Ego Lounge. Thank you so
All right.
much, guys. Have a good one. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Alter Ego Lounge podcast. Stay connected and follow us on Instagram and Facebook. For more information or coffee catering services, please visit us at alteregolounge.com or email us at info@alterego.
This episode is brought to you by our patrons from the AEL Podcast Patreon page. Help support our podcast for as little as $1 a month and become a patron at www.patreon.com/AEL Podcast.